Good morning. Yebo, yebo, yebo. Welcome to Watch Me Build It. So this morning I have a question. And the question is a very interesting one. Do AliExpress sell fake watches? Now, I got into buying watches from AliExpress because gentlemen like Jody of Just One More Watch helped me to see that they sell really good quality homage watches for really good prices. And from AliExpress, for the money I can afford, I was able to enjoy a watch that was of high quality, was running a decent movement, and looked very much like the watches that I loved and enjoyed. And so we know that they do really good homage watches. But does AliExpress sell fake watches? Last year, a new watch came onto the market that really caught my eye. It was the Omega that was specifically built for James Bond's new film, No Time to Die. I loved the look of this new Omega, and I kept searching AliExpress, trawling it for the moment that I would find an homage to this new Omega. And not long after the launch of the original watch, there it was, the homage that I'd been waiting for. And so as quickly as I could, I placed my order and waited for the watch. It was an homage. The photo showed no branding on the dial, no branding on the case back, anything of that nature. When the watch arrived, to my disgust, it was not an homage.
It was a fake.
It was fully branded up as an Omega. I tried wearing it, but I just couldn't. The lack of integrity involved in wearing something that's pretending to be something that it is not really bugged me. Further to that, the bezel insert was iffy. The loom pip fell out after a week, and I thought this watch needed rescuing. And so that's what today's video is about. It's not about fake watches. It's about rescuing what is essentially a very decent watch from a
Fake. Worse than death.
I hope you enjoy this build. It's self-explanatory, and I look forward to seeing you at the end of it. Right, so here we have the components that made up the original watch. To begin with, a beautiful Milanese strap, mesh link, Omega branded, and a reasonable strap. The strap on the original watch is stunning though. This one is okay, but very far from that beautiful strap. And if we come closer, the case is a 42 millimeter. It's got the nice curved lugs that we can expect from Omega. A conical helium escape valve. You can see on the inside of this a plastic movement ring, which is quite normal at this price point. Not the best in the world though. Although if you buy the 41mm Omega Seamaster 300s from Felida and the like, they come with a beautiful brass movement holder, but this one has a plastic one. It had this bezel insert made of aluminium. I kind of try to give it a bit of a matte finish. It was a high gloss bezel insert, really looked super cheap, and the color didn't, I suppose the color is not too far from the dial, but you'll notice over here that I took leave of the services of the loom pip, and that was about a week after getting the watch, so really not the best bezel inserts in the world. This is simply the dial spacer ring over here. Here is my great concern. The dial, actually quite a nice dial, matte finish, patina loom, although the loom really doesn't work well at all, but I've really got issues with that. The Omega Seamaster Professional. I am a massive non-fan of a fake watch. Homage, fantastic. Fake, no thank you. And then over here, with the hands highly polished, almost to a black polish. Done very well. Like I say, lume on those hands, really not fantastic at all. But the watch looked nice enough. I just wasn't comfortable to wear something that was pretending to be something it wasn't. And this is obviously where you see that it wasn't what it was meant to be. It's a ST1612 movement, a 21,600 beat per hour movement that was running inside of this watch. It'll be going back into this watch. And that's so not the type of movement that you would get inside of an Omega Seamaster. And there is the heart of the watch. I'm very happy to run this movement in an homage, but don't pretend that it's inside of the back of what's on your wrist if it really isn't. So what are we looking at as our build parts? Initially, I wanted to use this dial. So it's a Seamaster 300 dial with a wave pattern, and this is one of the joys of watch modding. I bought this dial. It's a 31 millimeter dial, and when I put it into this case, the aperture on the inside of the ray height is 31 millimeters on this case, and so the dial actually slid up past the aperture. It was too small. I searched and searched and searched. I couldn't find one of these, even in a 31.2 or a 31.5. Look at the beautiful sunburst on this. And so what I did find was this. This one is big enough. It doesn't come past the ray height. It is an homage to the Planet Ocean dials, and it's got the classic Omega look and feel to it from the earlier Seamasters. I also decided that I would put these arrow hands on it. Now you can see there's a bit of especially in this light, a bit of a lumpy appearance on the second hand. I've painted that second hand myself. Not the best job, but it's okay for one of my watches. If I paint for a client, I'm definitely going to get new paint and thin it out a bit so that we get a smoother finish. But I'm happy with that red second hand. And then we've got the arrow hands. The reason I like the arrow hands is that they're going back to something out of Omega's back catalogue, and they are not the skeletonized hands. So I thought, let's give this a swing, see how it goes. And then coming in for the strap, this is one of the better straps that you can buy on AliExpress. It's the multi-link Seamaster strap, 20mm lug width, doesn't taper at all, really nice clasp, and yeah, I really do enjoy this strap. So guys, let's see how this all comes together. Something I neglected to tell you was I've already installed the bezel on this one. So it's a Yacht Master style bezel. I think they work so beautifully on these Seamasters, and that bezel is going to be in this new build.
This is RBC004. In this one we're looking at a Planet Ocean dial, Aquaterra hands. I painted the second hand red myself. We're looking at a Seamaster case with turned down lugs. The 9-link Seamaster strap, or it's actually 5-link in this particular iteration. A milled clasp with a diver's extension. But that would be RBC 004. This one's running a Seagull ST 1612.
And so, what do you think?
No.
Wait. Before I wow you with my Oscar-winning conclusion, I'm aware that you may not want a hand-built Rossbauer watch that looks like nothing else. You may actually be interested in an homage to the No Time to Die Omega. And so, there are two that I can recommend. One of them is made by Pagani Design, and the other one is made by Felida. Both of them are around about the $115 mark, although the Felida can be had with a PT 5000 movement for just a little more money. The Pagani is more, it's not as close an homage. It doesn't have the helium escape valve. It has a bracelet that looks more like a Planet Ocean bracelet, or you can have the Pagani on a mesh strap. And also the hands, they're a bit different to the standard Omega hands. The Felida, on the other hand, is a lot closer to the original. The bezel insert looks like the color might be a bit mismatched. I'm not too certain about that. And then finally, there's a beautiful mesh strap on AliExpress for about $40. It has a deployant clasp. It's nice and thick. It's got protected eyelets. I really think it's a good deal. So I have links down below for every one of these items. If you put that item into your basket, it is an affiliate link. I will get a small commission out of that. And from my heart to yours, I say thank you. Okay, on with my conclusion. And I am happy with the outcome. Something that I really have enjoyed about this project was, because of the way the parts were working and weren't working, I was forced to put together a collection of pieces, dial, hands, case, bezel insert, that don't come from one specific type of Omega. In fact, the bezel insert doesn't come from anything in Omega's catalog. And the result is, I would say, rather compelling. In fact, this watch is RBC004, one of my Rossbauer watches, and it has garnered more interest than any other piece that I've built. And so I would dare to say this is the beauty of building new things, that sometimes you can put together old things in a new manner and come up with something rather compelling. Guys, it's been fun. I'm going to leave you to deal with the conundrum about the ethics of AliExpress and what they do and don't sell. And in the meantime, keep it honest, keep it beautiful, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.